Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I am here to do, I'd say somewhat smallish haul video, and I will get right to it. I'll give you a second to feast your eyes on this loveliness. These are, what do you call them? Pierced earrings. And that's what it looks like. And all the stones, everything is intact. Now, I love this ruby Merlot Cabernet. I'm not even a wine drinker. Merlot Cabernet burgundy color. And the gold is a bit maybe shiny. But after my little junket to Manitoba, I have a whole new appreciation for bling and sparkle and over-the-top lusciousness. So there's some fraying here, but that's not an issue because obviously, that cord, it's actually probably going to come apart just as I pull at it. This part will come off. There is a bead of some sort here and a little tiny tassel. This is lovely in itself. And then this is a gigantic pendant type thing. So that obviously would slide right off. And I even though I got this for half price, I believe I paid too much. But I'll remind you, I'm the queen of rationalization. I think that one of these days, one of these years, I deserve to make a journal for myself using the things I love most, and I can see this getting used in that way. So, how's that for an explanation? Now, I don't know why it is or how it came to pass. I seem to keep encountering the Eiffel Tower. I didn't realize this one says France on it, but now I've never been there. This site says Paris. I've never been there. I've got these in 1.5 inch tall, and I don't know, it seems like I have an Eiffel Tower collection without even setting out to do that. Let's keep going. I took this out of its bag. It was just in a plastic bag. This is a drawstring bag in mauve. I believe this is a polished rose quartz. I didn't even realize that there was a little fairy charm fairy necklace in there. I was kind of drawn to these cards, and they're not even tarot cards. They are, they're just positive, or they're an exploration of some of these concepts. So beauty, spirit, creativity, determination, opportunity, confidence, change. And I do intend to do a fairy journal at some point. So again, I thought that this is one of those grab it when you see it kind of things. And I will add this to my fairy stuff. I do have a collection of these sorts of healing stones and gems, polished and raw, and many, many books on healing crystals and so on. So it's a topic that fascinates me. This probably will be hard to see on this cream-colored whatever this is. It looks like maybe it was, I was going to say a homemade collar. I don't know. It's got this stabilizing or stiffening kind of thing here. I mean, obviously, I will iron this because it's all mangled. But again, just to add to the lace collection. Now, I didn't realize this until I just looked at it a while ago, that this thing has a bobby pin. So obviously this was a garland that was worn around somebody's head. Now, because I'm too old to be a flower child, I am going to be taking this apart, which is easier. I mean, going to be incredibly easy. And I will add these parts to my where I keep my flowers. And of course, this lovely little green vine is would be so cute in a gardening or a flower journal. So that's my intention there. And it's, you know, just springy and delicate. I don't know if I need that, but, and this must have just been wound around it after they, anyway, you don't need to watch me do that. But that is how I will be using this. Now, I glommed onto this thing. It's a candle ring because there is much to harvest here. So each of these little crystal-y things, so, oh, well, that was easy. I wonder, will they all pull out like that? Or maybe not. Oh, yeah. So sort of ambery, peachy color, clear, a little floral type bead. And these are all on brass wire. So you can see that without very much effort, I'm going to have a lot of pieces to use. And maybe when the time comes, I will, is that 2 different colors? Yes, 2 different colors, one darker, one lighter. I will see if some of these would read as blush if they were just made a hole in my thumb. Hopefully there won't be any blood. We can't afford to have blood get on anything. Anyway, you know how sometimes things pick up the color of something that they are next to? That wasn't a good example, but anyway, I will be taking this apart and using it. I picked this up. I didn't pay $1 for it. These are the kind of plastic rings you use if you're making Roman shades. That's the thing that you thread your cords through to make the thing go up and down. And I don't know, I just felt that this might be a good thing to have. No idea if that is right or not. I grabbed this partially open bag of tea lights simply because, you know, when a person is doing wax seals, it is good to have some of those on hand. Let's bring a few more items closer. This, where did this come from? Doesn't say. Anyway, this is intended to be kind of like, you know, that clothesline-y effect where you can suspend the string somewhere, hang items from it. I don't intend to do that. Oh, I guess you use the push pins to stick it into the drywall or something. I really just wanted the little paper. What are these called? They're not paper clips. They are they're clothesline, clothespins. Yikes. Oh, and see, this packaging would be good to keep because it's got a ready-made window in it. Gift with purchase. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe to wind up your thread and get a little tension on it. I don't know. Anyway. Whoops. One just flew across the room. I collect H's when I see them. This is just, you know, particle board. I have in the past covered a flat, not a cubey thing like this, but you know, about a 1/4 inch thick wooden one with napkins, and it looked really cool. Now, do I need this? I guess it came from a calendar setup. Obviously, not all the parts are there. The reason I glommed onto this, let's it's real plywood, is because I saw Dale, yeah, I'm sure it was Dale, Not Too Shabby Chic, do that really cool Give a Scrap video where she had a wooden piece. I don't know if it probably wasn't this thick or whatever. Oh, you know what? It's not plywood. Particle board with some kind of a thing on it that looks like plywood. Yeah, that's press board in between. Anyway, she covered her little thing, it looked something like this, with just a whole bunch of beautiful buttons. Like, as Carrie would say, who knew? Ivan, Rocky, and Dave must have been playing Yahtzee at some point. And obviously didn't need the rest of their score pads, so I snagged it. I don't know how old this would be. No date. Doesn't matter anyway. This, I don't know, are those cranes? Not particularly fond of the images or this background color, but it's got this lovely scalloped edge. And then you open it up and you see, oh, like it seems to me when people talk about certified paper, recycled materials, natural fibers, Better Planet, Nota, which is who knows what. Am I going to say no to paper like that? Oh, and it's even sewn in. Of course I grabbed it. Then this was, these are actually record sleeves. I guess 78 records. So it's very much, I don't know, it's almost like wax paper. So I think there are 4 of those. Sorry for the crinkly. And this, I think it was like learn a language, like learn French setup, you know, so it must have predated cassette tapes and audio tapes and online stuff. I didn't look for an address for a date. I don't know if they're, 1955. Huh. Well, copyright 46, revised edition 55. So no wonder it has that look and feel to it. So gotta love a columnar. Gotta love columns of text in a foreign language. And of course, this is probably the best part of the package here. Okay, I don't know what this is. I definitely did not pay $10. That looks like it might have been like a garage sale. Whoops, garage sale type tag. Stukanetco. Okay, it says ink accessories. So there's a sponge daubers. I don't have any of those little fingertip sponge daubers. I thought about ordering some, and then I thought, oh, do I need more stuff like, oh, let's hope these aren't all dried up. Oh, see, with my arthritic finger, might be hard to, they might not even work for me. So there are 4 of those. Then what else? Multi-purpose squeegee, so that's this. Well, we gotta love a squeegee. So it's got this sort of a toothy edge and a smooth edge and a squeegee type edge. Squeegee ink across surface and discover the beauty of color saturation with straight rubber side. Smooth out pigment ink, then go over with the combed edge for unique patterns. Use the squeegee with your multicolor ink pads to create a variety of patterns and designs. Fold your paper, then score across the fold line with the squeegee for a perfect crease. So there you have that. This is a stipple brush. I don't know how useful this would be. That's kind of cheesy, I think. Tap stipple brush onto ink pad and then onto paper. Repeat until desired effect is achieved. Okay, then what is this? Get rid of that. Okay, these are... Have these been... Oh, they're funny little things. Okay. Fantasticks are the perfect multi-purpose coloring tool. Transfer ink from pad to paper to color in designs and create soft shading options. So they're almost like what I was going to say, those stomp blending stomp type things used to be back in the day. Okay, and then archival, pigment inker, opaline, orchid eyes. Hey, that's going to be a movie color. Maybe like the color of this paper. Dip the Fantastic into the ink for a tool that colors like a marker, paints like a brush, and shades like a pencil. Squeeze ink onto a separate surface, dip the smudgy into the ink, then using a circular motion, apply ink to a project for a fast and vibrant coloring option. Pair the smudgy with an ink pad for stomp. Okay, I'm going to have to repair this cardboard, save it, because of course, maybe one of these days we will give this a shot in a video, and then we'll all know if this is something you should scour your thrift stores for. Is there a date on here? Nope. Anyway, I'll fix that later. Okay, what else? Oh, I have to tell you, this is a wooden book cover, and look at how they've done these notches to make this wood curve around the spine. And just so you know, I don't want you to be lost to know, I've begun official legal court proceedings to change my name to Heather because I love this so much. So this has all been carved into the wood. I would imagine it was done by a machine. I don't know how. This elastic is obviously stretched out of shape, or maybe it's intended to be that big so that as you fill this, it will still hold it closed. But I just love this. I love the color because it kind of makes me think coppery. Beautiful inside. Cardstock. This is probably the template for punching holes. Has this lovely craft colored paper, but it's not heavy. And it hasn't, Heather never used it, apparently. So I need to turn this into something. And obviously, I could cover that up. Because if it weren't for the recipe book part, you know, the subject matter could be anything that a person wants it to be. You know, these pages could all be covered, or even taken out of here and used just as backing paper or whatever. And then the rest of it becomes whatever you want it to be. And with these lovely flowers on here, it could be just anything. So I was pretty happy about that. Okay, I think that the rest of this is going to be books. So now obviously this is airing after I was a guest seller on Angela's The Traveling Crafters live sale that she does regularly, weekly, except for the first Thursday in the month, with Carol from Crinkled Path. It was a very gratifying experience. It was, I mean, chop, things happened pretty fast. And it was my first time, so it was a bit of a thing, keeping track of who bought what and how much did they pay for it. So I have figured out some, I've streamlined some stuff. Invoices have gone out. I think there are some people who haven't opened their invoices yet. So, please do. Your packages are wrapped and ready to go once I receive payment. Anyway, now I'm finding that as I am out and about, I am looking at things with a different eye, thinking, oh, somebody might want this. I might want it, but then again, maybe I don't have the time to do a particular thing. So I guess I'm going to say that, I guess I have a standing invitation to come back, which I'm grateful for. And, at some point we'll be there again, I guess. So, as I do videos, if you see something that you might be interested in, reach out to me. I have stuff obviously listed on Etsy, Coffee Shop, Maker's Market, and live sale is another option. So anyway, you can find me if you need to. I gotta say, I still don't have my ducks in a row with Facebook, so let that be your last choice for reaching out to me. I also have an Instagram, so direct messaging there is fine too. Anyway, long story. This is a cute look, and of course, I see a cover like this, and I think, oh, that's so gorgeous. Cover that up, and you've got the makings of a very, it reminds me, English cottage garden. And then you open it up, and you see fuchsia. And then you open it up, and you see that nobody's written in it. And you see a beautiful illustration like that, and a nice border, and places to write, and more drawings. And you think to yourself, this is one cool thing. Now, back in the day, before I realized that I cannot do everything, I would have probably started taking this apart, started fussy cutting, starting removing the pages. And now I'm a wee bit smarter, and I think to myself, well, but somebody might want this as it is in its pristine and perfect condition. And yes, I had the opportunity to spy it, to, outlay the money to buy it, but maybe somebody else is interested in it. So there's that. This I got at Value Village. Now, I don't know. It would have been $3 less my 20% for donating. It is, well, they're calling it Judy Hopkins Scrap Saver. So from what I can tell, if you've got a weird piece of fabric, or maybe something that was cut uneven, or the grain is you want the precision. If you want the precision of cutting along the grain and so on, it looks like you can. Maybe I should pull this out and you'd have less glare. Because when we're buying thrifted fabrics, a lot more instruction here. Oh, I guess this would be a good way to get triangles. Anyway, quite often when we buy thrifted fabrics, they're not exactly plumb and square and true. They may have chunks missing out of them if somebody has, laid out a pattern and cut out pieces for a garment or something. So it looks like you can square things off with this. Now, will I ever use this? It's hard to say. But I now am the proud owner of Judy Hopkins Scrap Saver. I think that it would be good when a person just wants to straighten edges out. I'm not going to be quilting, I guarantee you that. Now this is, it says Art Deco Women's Collection Address Book. And of course you can see it's landscape. Now in the past I have found this particular thing, not this particular thing, I found note cards, and what the heck was the other thing? I am pretty well positive, 1993, that it was not this particular, this particular book. But there are these cute little things that could be fussy cut, or, oh, there is an address under the Z's of all places. These pages could easily be folded to become signature pages, but this was the real attraction. These sorts of Art Deco, full page illustrations, because of course they will lend themselves perfectly to signature pages. And like I say, oh, another address. Don't want to expose anybody's addresses here. Another one. So that was the whole intention. Now, of course, the trick here is going to be to find where I have the other parts of this. Could be just about anywhere. Could be with signature pages that I've pre-folded. And I would have to say these illustrations, none of them look familiar. So I'm hoping they're all totally different, so that when I marry these things up, I'll have that much more variety. So I thought this was pretty cool. Look at that skirt, wow. And those bathing suits. Anyway, that is my intention here. Okay, let's keep going. I don't imagine, even if you have your thinking caps on, you're probably not going to be able to. Why did she buy this? Why? Why, oh why? It is in perfect condition. It has not had anybody write on the first 2 or 3 pages and then rip them out and tear this part like we sometimes see. It has ribbon, whatchamacallit, or 2, and 320 pages. This cover is, it feels plasticky to me, but of course there's this floral detail here. I love things like this to throw in a bag and use when I'm thinking about my business, planning, writing notes to myself, things I mustn't forget. It's sort of bigger than my daily planner type thing, my altered Reader's Digest thing that I use, like so. Because that's more a record of, okay, I made 3 videos that day or whatever. Or I have, a dental appointment, something like that. But I think we all need a place to dream and plan. Not quite carry the Paper Monkey's vision board. Something with more room for details and mind maps and adding tabs and just capturing sort of the nuts and bolts of having a YouTube channel and Etsy store and stuff like that. So anyway, that's why I got that. This one, I just flipped through it briefly at the store, and I thought, oh, this has some possibilities, you know, just from a visual perspective. So it says good things from tag sales and flea markets. So we know that Martha loves that sort of stuff. Now the pages are fairly glossy. I should look. Okay, here's, whoops. These little guys are getting in my way here. Black and white photo there. This is very shiny. Look at all those tags. It almost makes you think of uppercase. Oh, I didn't think of that. Would you believe that I found 2 unicorns? I found 2, not 1, but 2 uppercase magazines at a thrift store. I could not believe my eyes. And so that now means that I found 2 at 2 different places at 2 different times. So I have a total of 4, if you're doing the math. 2 plus 2, 4. These were a far better price, let me just say. Okay, copyright 2002. So this is getting to be kind of old. But, you know, that's the stuff we love. So let's just give a little flipperuno through here. So this is like a collage of photographs. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9 photos. So these could become, or 10 photos. Hey, look at all those little fleur-de-lis, Carrie. Or that could be cut out. So I don't know, that's pretty white, but clawfoot tub, a bowl of fruit. So it's got that whole Martha aesthetic. I mean, a person could even just make envelopes. If you can't think of anything else, you can at least make envelopes with these full pages. Little old truck loaded with chairs, coming home from the sale, really scored. Shutters. So again, a little bit of eye candy. So it's a combination of, you know, DIY, do-itchers, DIY, decor, you know, reference. I came across this page and I thought, you know, it's too bad that those vintage doorknobs are so expensive, because they are quite beautiful. Oh, look at that. She used an enamel tray as a magnet board. That is beautiful. Using ceramics as organizers. That plate thing. Wouldn't you like to be the one to make that? To be the one banging the nails in. My daughter has quite a bit of art, and I said to her, well, now that you're going to be homebound because of Gertie's surgery and her recovery period, Gertie is the French bulldog, I says, you guys will be able to hang some, you know, some art on your walls and really get to work in your garden, in your yard. And she says, so when are you coming? Because, yeah, that's hanging art is definitely a 2 or 3 person job. You know, one to hold it crooked, another one to back away and look at it and say, oh, right, lift the right side. No, too much, down. Oh, a little to the left. You know how it goes. Okay. These 2 are vintage. I like that, I call it aubergine color. These, I'm sure, are well out of copyright because it's Sir Walter Scott. They didn't even know about copyright back in the day. The reason I got this is, well, the covers. Not that I necessarily need the guy in profile, and you can see that the spine is discolored and faded. But these, I mean, Talisman person can even work with that title. But because of illustrations, now, I don't know that anybody would want a digital with that, but surely there must be some good ones in here too. Yeah, maybe. And the paper is lovely, of course. So quite a few illustrations. Some of them are, I think, you know, would be worthy of, especially if people have an interest in doing things, you know, that are more vintagey. The sheer color of them is beautiful. Like, look at the back of that. Oh, that one wants to, oh, that one is loose. So that is the Talisman, and this one is Red Gauntlet. Kind of very plain end papers, but a nice color. Yeah, no date there. If you needed a digital with a guy kissing another guy's hand, I could get it for you. That one guy has a sword raised. Ooh, is that dropping? Taking up the gauntlet. Hence the title. So very, you know, very old illustrations. And pretty decent covers, I would say. Two more. This I am likely to make available at a, what do you call it, live sale, or through one of my sales outlets. I love my Bookhouse books. Oh, this is 1962. And obviously Jesse. What? Jesse, bad boy. This could be erased, that, not so much. Anyway, these books are, I mean, I just love the illustrations so much. So this was a 34th printing in 1951, but it was originally copyrighted in 1920. And I love this color combo so much that I could see doing that as a theme for a journal. Turquoise and orange, or burnt orange, or whatever we want to call that. But are these, I mean, I guess there's some black and white ones in there, and some monochrome ones. But are these illustrations not to die for? Look at those chickens. And there aren't many pages that aren't illustrated. Person could fussy cut from now until the cows come home and still probably not be finished. Look how sweet that is. Song of Solomon. Anyway, so I'm a sucker for these books. I do have a set, well, I think it's a complete set in my personal collection. And I have some random copies like this. Look how cool that would be in a circus journal. The brownies in the toy shop. Angela, can you believe mushrooms and mice in the same illustration? just too darn cute. That's a Kate Greenaway, as you can tell. I have a Kate Greenaway kit in my digital, in my, well, Etsy for sure. If you love Kate Greenaway. Anyway, I could look at this for hours. And the final book. I have no idea what this says. It is a biggish book. $12 by $9. It is black fabric in very nice condition. It's got deckled edges. This looks like this is just a paper that's been glued on. I have no idea what this says. I guess it is Dutch. I mean, is that what you call it when from people who live in Holland speak Dutch? Or am I confused? There's a good likelihood of that, by the way. So, what does this mean? It's got cute little well, today we would call those thumbnails. Illustrated or illuminated letters. Very interesting paper, heavy paper. As I was flipping through this, look at those little elves, a cross section of a tree stump, and that's how they live. And it looks like they're having a meeting or something. Anyway, I was beginning to wonder if maybe this is related to Christmas or something. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, that looks like a Christmas tree. I mean, I can't be totally, I mean, who knows? And again, no one is buying these kinds of books to read the story. We're buying it because we love the cover, we love the paper, we love the foreign language, and see, and there's some stylized holly, so I'm thinking this has to be a holiday themed thing. Anyway, somebody wrote all this: Montreal, Sydney, Montreal, Christmas 71, Toronto 57. It's like it's written in code or something. So the earliest date that I can just quickly scanning, 1952, Sydney. Anyway, no idea what this is, but I like it. Okay, my dear people, that is it for today. I hope that you liked seeing some of these items. And you can tell me in the comments which was your favorite. And I will let you go and see you in the next one. Bye.